Hello everybody, that's me. I'm back. Just of course checking in. First of all, I am good, I'm stable. As you can see, I'm not freaking out or anxious like crazy or sick or anything like that. Um, doesn't mean I don't struggle and fight with these things every day, which are cravings and temptations and such. I'm still in rehab for my fifth and a half year now, always being negative for all illicit drugs, street drugs, so doing good. But because of this COVID crisis, which has proven to be very heavy mentally on a lot of us addicts, um, I am currently at 75 milligrams of methadone daily and 2 milligrams of clonazepam daily. The methadone for the opioid addiction treatment and the clonazepam for the purpose of helping my anxiety problems. And I have recently turned 43, and I wanted to say hi because I have made it at 43. So many of my friends are already gone. Rest in peace. I love you and I'll never forget any of you. And I'm still here at 43. See, all grayish and stuff, blah, blah, blah. But I'm still here and I'm determined, and I am working with local artists and activists and people who are on all the government boards that are dealing with this overdose crisis in British Columbia. I not gonna name any names, but I am working with quite a few harm reduction groups and collaborating with some doctors and other ex-addicts, and then also this group of artists, and we are trying to make a change. As numbers have come in for July in BC, and again there was about 175 deaths related to overdose in BC in July, the month of July. So in May 170, July 75, 175, June 175, and I'll tell you, we're getting pretty close to 1,000 deaths this year from overdose. We're close to 1,000. And but we're not giving up. Those of us who are stable, and those of us who have power, and those of us who can work within the system and help get funds and help, we are all trying to do our part. The RCMP and the police are already talking about decriminalizing all drugs, and doctors and rehabs everywhere are trying to unite, and they're trying to say legalize everything, and they are all for prescribing this new clean dope that the feds have released in BC. So now doctors and rehabs are legally allowed to prescribe this clean dope, which is really hydromorphone, which is really dilated in liquid form to all people in need, except there need to be some policy changes, and this is the only way the doctors will listen. And I agree with that. Policy changes need to be in place. For example, all use of this clean dope has to be performed at designated injection sites and has to be monitored and witnessed to use only. You cannot take this home or bring anything from outside in. This is very important, and this is what I'm working on with some people to make sure these policies are in place, so that we don't create further problems for ourselves by providing this clean dope to people the wrong way. Because you could provide it the wrong way, and then they will take advantage of you, and they will have a clean dope supply every day, and they're gonna play a number on you if you don't watch out. Another thing everyone else should watch out there for, what I recently faced. The provincial government pushed for me to apply for Canadian Pensions Plan, which is a federal government thing, and so they pushed for it because at the end of every letter they said that if I don't follow their directions and their steps, then I may experience delays in my future, in my future payments, so they're basically making you do it. So I applied for a Canadian Pensions Plan and I got approved and everything else, and then it turned out I've always asked the people at Service Canada and some medical doctors who would know more than me if CPP and PWD confront each other or are they completely separate, and everyone said no, don't worry, that is all completely separate, one has nothing to do with the other. Well, be warned, people. If you go on CPP, PWD will only pay you the difference. Whatever CPP pays you a month, then PWD will only pay the difference. So suddenly, from $1,500 a month, I got $400 because of what CPP was giving me, which was all wrong anyway, and I had to battle the federal and the provincial governments, and yes, it turns out that whatever you get from CPP, the ministry will only give you the difference and nothing more. So you be careful about that. It's something I can warn you about because I experienced it personally, and I'm working on getting that settled so it doesn't repeat itself in the future. Being on the meds I'm on is keeping me somewhat stable. COVID is pushing me to depression, but I'm not letting it. I'm kind of fighting it all the time because it's causing me to be alone all the time. Everyone isolated, it's really messing with my mental state. And thanks to a few friends, I am being able to maintain and to cope with everything, Also, kids are supposed to come back to school. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Me as a parent, I am a bit scared to let my daughter go just yet to junior high because they expect our kids to social distance and wear masks. So I'm not sure if that's going to work out, and I'm not sure if I am for it just yet. So again, and we are in multi-crisis mode, I'm finally gonna settle things with the governments. I'm gonna figure it all out this week, and that's gonna be okay. And I'm stable, but what to do? It's strange that these overdose deaths in BC, are kind of revolving around the number 170, don't you think? Last few months it's been 170 or 175. It's kind of strange, but it's, local reports and it's trusted. Before I end, as you see, I'm cool, and so before I end, I would like to add my deepest gratitude for someone in my very community who has lost their life to an opiate overdose. She was very, very young. I don't feel I have the right to say her name or her parents, even though they're my friends. I just want to say that my heart goes out to you. And I have a daughter too, and I will never give up, and I will try to change policies, because it's necessary to protect our children. I will not let it go. I am a father now. One love, people. Stay strong.